So it's very windy today. You can probably not see it or even hear it, but it is really. And you should take a look at the waves on the sea, because they show you a little bit what it's all about. It's windy, and the reason why I want to show you this is because there are a lot of people having problems with drones like DJI, especially the Mini and so on, when the wind is high. And the problem is that they fly in stabilized mode, and they have a very, very limited amount of tilt. So when they tilt forward like this, it's like 30 degrees. And if you want to fly 30 degrees and you want to stay in the same altitude, your speed through upwinds is very, very low, so you can't really do it. On a drone like this one, which is my Alfa Monster, it's 7-inch, but it could be the 5-inch. They work the same way. Use acro mode, and it's not limited anyway. You can tilt it like 90 degrees, or in this case you can tilt it 180 degrees without any problems, and you can give full power. And this one, it's basically never a problem. I mean, this one makes maybe 150 kilometers per hour or something like that. Last time I was flying, I was making like a little punch out, and it was 134 kilometers per hour or something like that, according to the GPS. So I think it can do a little bit more than that. I didn't push that hard. So if you have winds that are 100 kilometers per hour, okay, but you never do. So what we have today is probably something like 8 or 10 meters per second or something like that in wind. I don't know what that means in other units, but let's see what happens. The twitching you can hear from the motors is the flight controller trying to counter the turbulence that we have on lower altitudes. Downwind speed here is about 130 kilometers per hour, using about maybe 70% throttle. Upwind speed is about maybe 50-60 kilometers per hour, at about 60-70%, maybe 70% throttle. I did never use 100% throttle in this video. Maximum was maybe 80 at some point. You can see how much I need to lean towards the wind in order to keep the drone from drifting. The sea here, we have a large, very shallow mud flat here that reduces the height of the waves. Somebody might be worried that I fly over people's houses. Most of the houses that I fly over is either owned by people that I know and have talked to about this, and they have no problem me flying drones over their houses. Some of the houses, or the majority of the houses, are abandoned, and there is no owner that is visiting the place, and some of the houses has not been visited by their owners for several years. The problem with, for example, the DJI Mini is the angle, 30 degrees maximum at sports mode. When you have that little angle, you cannot give full power on the motors.
without climbing a lot. You have to reduce, in order to stay on the same altitude, you need to reduce the power. And when you reduce the power, the speed is of course not as good as what you want. So the main problem with all these drones that are flying in stabilized mode is that the manufacturer are usually limiting the tilt angle to very, very low numbers. I would like to see these numbers increase to maybe 60 degrees or something like that. Then you can use all the power from the motors that you have in order to fly upwinds. And as you can see here, this is a powerful drone. It's not particularly powerful. I have other drones that are more powerful than this. And compared to a normal racing drone, for example, this one is quite lame. So the problem with wind performance in high winds is due to the angle more than the motor performance.